Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Here we are, January 9th, and believe it or not, over the holidays, I spent a lot of time fine-tuning and have now actually can say all the accessories and finish that back corner. So what I'm doing today is a little trip down Accessory Lane. It's not going to be about the trains today. It's going to be about how the layout was put together. So we'll start here up in the front corner. And the front corner has a pre-war flagman, a directional signal, the mail transfer kit, the American flag, and two pre-war street lights. The power station is a recreation from a pre-war Lionel. This is the MTH version, and what we have special about this accessory is it was made with a bunch of blade switches, 6 of them, and I use these to control my infrared controllers that are my track activators for the crossing guards and so on. I have one up here. This is the Lionel version. When the train goes by, it changes the signal from red to blue, and the flagman's arm goes up, as well as in the back corner over there, the other signal. As his arm hangs. So then going down lower, we have another track trip, and this is for a crossing guard. Yeet. And also we have 2 track controllers there, and one on the lower section. We have a Marks operator's tower, a plastic build diner. My sister gave me the monkeys, and that's the monkey diner. And then go to the back corner there, we have the Lionel electronic billboard, a microwave tower, the dispatching station, a police car with its lights activated, some street lights, a Marks searchlight tower, and the 125 whistle shed. You also notice various locations here. I have a lot of the English and French lead figures, all from the 50s. They're all hand painted. We go over here with the generator car, aiming the floodlight. That's a post-war original control tower. I have 3 beacons on the layout, one there. The 92, I have 2 of those, 3 of the 92 standard gauge light towers. 2 of them are post-war. This one here is the MTH remake. A couple of flashing billboards. One thing that I thought was neat is, we had the whistle shed, but between the 2 standard gauge street lights, that's a Marks station, and that one has a diesel horn simulated, so that was a little different. You don't see that too often. I have it off because it's kind of annoying. Here's the oil derrick is over there, pumping the oil for the fuel part over there. The bulb hasn't gotten hot enough. That bubbles like a water tower bubble. So we come forward a little bit. Also, in the back, if you can see it, but that's the blinking red light on top of that water tower. the bascule bridge. And obviously the Hellgate bridge is behind there. And then we'll come up and got the rocket platform with the radar tower. It's a double-sided floodlight. For those who haven't seen it, here's the gantry moves back and forth. And then you have the simulated controller where you push the button to enable the countdown, and then you push the fire button to launch the rocket, which I am not going to do because it crashes into the ceiling, and I got the ceiling fan on right now. Then coming forward, we have the pre-war magnetic crane. And those who haven't seen it, here's the controller for that. It's left and right, up and down, and then the knob in the center turns on the magnet. When the magnet is on, a light inside the cab lights up. So now the magnet's on and you can pick up whatever you need. You drop it into a waiting car, or for sake of this, I'm just going to drop them there. I have a number of platforms on the on here. Oh, let's go back over here a second. A lot of you guys probably haven't seen this accessory. It's the mail transfer arm. So you push a button, and that opens up and swings that arm over. So when the car goes by, you attach a magnet to a car, and you put the bag on there, and then you just push the button and that'll transfer over, and you can actually do that. It's adjusted so that when the car is moving, it'll actually just transfer, and you can do that on the fly. So then here we have a milk platform. This is for the Bosco one. I don't have that up on the track right now, but the controller for that is here. And then down below I have the remote track for the coal loader. Next over is the lumber shed. And of course they feed down behind, and you have your car waiting. Let me go ahead and put that in the right location, and then you push the button and will feed the logs over to them. The next one is the coal elevator, which is back over here. Turn the switch, it tilts the coal ramp back and uses the little buckets to fill up the chute in the back. When you get enough in there, it stores it up here, and then there's a solenoid activator that you can relay and dump it into the car. Just like that. Then we have a manual trailer loader, which I just realized I have a mistake in my building because that light is in the way. I'm going to have to move the light so that we can actually use that accessory. Then this is probably my favorite coal loading accessory, is the coal shed that you can see back there. So it has a special controller. It has up and down, dump and load. So what you do is you hit the up button and it raises that tray. And as it gets to the top, it'll dump the coal into the waiting chute. I'm going to bring it back down. And we had the car, I forgot to put the car on the track. But then you have the load thing where now the coal that you dumped in there would come out and dump right into a standard coal car, coal dump car, like 3969, and then you hit the other button and it refills the original. And continue in the center, I have the animated billboard, and behind that is the barrel loader. So I'll go ahead and turn those on. Those are activated over here. Actually have that accessory on a rheostat over here so I can speed it up by controlling this. Alright, so this is a K-line billboard. Then we have the American Flyer barrel loader, which is here. And my next one is the belt. Then we have the, if you haven't seen the MyJack crane, it's pretty cool. So you can drive it right or left. You can control the gantry up and down. And then you go right or left. Open your clamps. And you try to center it. And coming forward again, we have the automatic forklift. have the track trips up here that do two different functions. One is like for the giraffe cars, controls the giraffe's heads. And also serves as the control mechanism for the brakeman. Oh, I don't have track power. Hold on. Here we go. Designed to work. Then we have the icing station. So you put the ice cubes in the chute, you tilt them up forward and they fall down in front of the guy with his shovel, and you push the button and you line up your car and that'll put it inside the car. Come around and you get them out by opening this side door, and that's where all your cubes ended up. Then we come down a little more, we have another milk stand over in my bungalow area. Again, I don't have track power. Let me go get some track power here. That going on. So then I have a bungalow area. Again, more of the early lead figures. Some people, dog in a dog house. Over here we got a bungalow, some more figures, a chicken coop. Support your local police. You got a railway police agency car over here. The lumber station. For those who haven't seen that, the logs go in and then it simulates the cut planks coming out on that side. Over here I have another linking billboard and the fishing bridge accessory. For those who haven't seen, this is an American Flyer accessory. Gabe the lamp lighter. So you push one button on his controller. Here's his controller over here. And the red controls the light. You can turn the light on or off by turning it. This makes him climb, and that button makes him come back down. So it's incremental climb. You just keep pushing the button. When he gets to the top, you can have him turn off the lights or turn on the lights. And then you want him to come down, you just push his release button. And down he goes. So I do have my control buttons way down here, but I have the water pumping water tower over there. So you push the button, you can see the water level going down. It has a water pump inside that pumps it to the top and then lets it drain back down. A lot of people ask, I started building this in April, so it took 10 months to finish this layout to get it back up and operating. And of course, I try to get everything working, but everything's temperamental. I have the Lionel newsstand over there, works, but the light bulb burnt out. The baggage station up on the top part, I have both baggage carts inside. I did not reset it, so they're both stuck in there right now, so I have to go back and release that guy. And I do have the dispatch board that announces and changes each arrival. So then I have the farm area. So we have our horse corral. Another chicken coop behind it. Again, all of these are 40s and 50s lead figures. The farmhouse. Some turkeys. More figures. An American flyer. Water tower. A windmill. That will be another video someday, because for those of you who have that windmill, you know that it works with a vibrator motor and it never works long. So I actually customized that, and I put a little 6 to 12 volt geared motor to drive that, and it fit perfectly in that housing, and you would never know that it's in there, but I have a working windmill with that change. Up on the top, we have a Plasticville Police Department, Plasticville Hospital, and the Plasticville Bank. Main reason those are there, for those who don't know, I am a retired police officer, and my wife is a nurse, so I gotta represent everybody on the layout. Then we have the messiest accessory they made is this pulling the belt loader pole. It's a messy accessory. So, in the back, I have to have a train going around, but I don't have that set up today. I have the crossing gates, and that is a pre-war, very early bell ringer. Instead of having the flagman come out of the building with the orange roof back there, that is a bell, so when the train goes by, the bell rings. Up on top to the back, we have a pre-war station, the Watchman Tower, a pre-war diner. These are all untouched. I also have the Lionel drawbridge back there too. That's for the little lake I have back there. I believe that's all. I do have the operating pylon here for the airplane. Turn that on. So what I did when I set this all up, let me make this quieter now. All the things that make noise. Okay, so what I did, because I have a lot of neighborhood kids, because I try to share and they come over, and this is usually always good for 45 minutes on a Saturday. So I set this up with kids in mind. So I have all my controllers for the accessories all at eye level for them, so that they can have that thrill of pushing the buttons and making noises. So that's where a lot of the controls are, so that you have more than one child in here and there's something for them all to do. I also set this up more like a diorama at the same time, because if you're here you can look, but there are things you won't notice unless you actually take the time to study it. So I mean, the animals between the cows and the horses and turkeys, and over here we have pigs, and back there we have sheep in front of that freight station. Oh, there's one thing we forgot. There's the diesel fueling station, which is fuel shed right here. We got that going on over there. So then the other question I get is, why and where? How do you know why do I have so many transformers? So here's the the control station for all of this ends up being over here, and I have 35 switches. Everything's labeled, and then I have the switches all broken down by, I have 2 Z transformers that power just the accessories, and so they're labeled for which circuit is being used. There's over 170 light bulbs. So if you do that math, we are at roughly 500 watts of power. I'm actually underpowered, and because of that I will probably need to add another transformer. I will probably end up making another shelf and putting one down in this area. I will need to eliminate 2 more of these and put them on another transformer. I do have a TW. I might use that, or is that, sorry, an LW. Use that so it won't take up that much space. What I've done for my switches, when you start getting a lot of switches, it does get confusing where they're at. So this is a little diorama of where every switch is and which one it is, and it corresponds with my numbering system over here. And all of the greens, that's my spur control, so I know which one has power, and I can park trains on the spurs and know when to power them and when not to. I have both systems hooked up on this. I mean, the main transformer for driving the trains is my ZWL with the C990 controller. I have a base 3 on order. We'll see if that ever shows up. I've had that on order for 3 years, so I don't know. And then I have a Z4000 that do 2 of the other tracks. And the Z4000 also has the DCS controllers and the handheld. But honestly, the app for the phone is well worth the expense. I guess wish MTH was still around to make that even better, but that is a very good app, and it's a lot easier to run the trains using that app than the handheld remote. What we'll do now is we'll just turn off the light so you can actually see the nighttime appearance of the layout. Kill that. I did not actually talk about the upper level. My upper level is standard gauge. That is an original standard gauge 116 station. Pre-war. I have a MTH state set up there. The original standard gauge, original paint, freight station. Another pre-war station up in that back corner. I just added a power station, some housing, and in the other corner another house and some signal lights. So I'm going to add some more lights to that upper loop. The other question, if you're the first time that's watched, you already know the answer to this, but the rocket platform actually that's a styrofoam fill piece. I can reach it from here and I can lift that right off. I use a wire or an automotive wiring harness to provide power to that, and I can pick that off and put that on the workbench, and then I can go under the table and stand up, and you can't really see it from this angle, but that whole area between that red bridge and the freight station is open, and that is my walking path that I can get to those back shelves if I ever need to, or walk to the far corner to rescue my baggage cart guys, or put another light bulb in my newspaper stand. So that's how it's all been constructed. It's fine to walk on, and that is my layout. So I know this was kind of long, but there's a lot of details in doing this. If you go back to my prior videos, you can see how I did the landscaping, and maybe you can get some ideas of your own. Also, you can see that it took time to finish up the landscaping, which I have plenty of videos on, and a note on trees. And the trees are always probably one of the more expensive items you can get, but if you go to a Hobby Lobby, like these trees here, those are old Christmas wreaths and evergreen wreaths that they had in the dry flower arrangement, and I just cut them down and make them trees. And there's another one right there, and then I bought some pine things. These came off of Amazon. Again, they were just pine sticks that you can cut and bend. They have them in various places too, in the back against the wall. And then the taller pine trees also, like right here. Again, those I got from Amazon, and they were only like $2, $3 for a whole pack of like 6 or 7 of them. And you know, these fancy trees, they end up being like $4 or $5 a piece. So there are plenty of options if you go to some of these hobby stores or online to get different kinds of greenery for your layout. More lights off. So there's the nighttime thing. So I'll pick up with some of the nighttime running, and I'll have some trains running, and you'll see exactly how much fun that is. I mean, it's pretty realistic on how that stuff all runs. I like the nighttime view. Now here we'll turn our light back on. I have I can run 6 trains at once. I can do 4 in the main layout. We have the trolley line that comes back and forth. So, and then some of the layout of the room itself. Over here I have all my motorized units, some of my More special engines. The inside shelf workbench area is where I store my locomotives. NW2s, 44 tonners, F3s, Jeeps and other various engines, and a whole bunch of the Alcos up there. Down here is my inside work area. We have lubrication, have to resolder wires, common parts, drawers. Down below I have all my tank cars. Over here are hoppers, automotive carriers. This section here is reserved for mostly pre-war cars, O-gauge. Then we come around to this side. We have some sets. My FMs, EP5s down on the bottom, and some other items. Now I did run out of space, so what I've done is I've made 2 carts on wheels that I can pull out. This cart is full of cabooses, and the other one, I'm not going to pull it out, but maybe I will. This one here is all passenger cars, different sets, various items in there. Underneath I have more shelving, and in those areas are my parts supplies and other items like that. Up here I have some custom trains I made. I took a 2032 silver set that was beat and repainted it and made it a Burlington. Got some post-war classics, some service station sets, again car sets. I have all the 64 box cars basically down here. Searchlight cars, operating cars, the fire car, rocket cars, all the cranes. This one here is the Williams version of the anniversary set with an original 2023 set. And another display of all box cars out in the hallway. Have some of the oddities in here. The Rayovac batteries, the boxed station set in there, original coal bags, some untouched Burlingtons with the chrome finish. They're next to impossible to find, because if you ever see those, always wear gloves, because once you touch them, you got fingerprints on them forever. Got my gunmetal gray 221, and then we come to my hallway display, where I have the original anniversary set, my big boy, a bunch more service station sets all through there. I have the TCA anniversary set, TCA Collectors Club F3 set, and all the passenger cars are on that bottom shelf. The Union Pacific MPC era set, that is a beautiful set. Then I have my standard gauge locomotives here and up there. The Blue Goose, those of you know what that is, that's the NTH version. And these cars, the passenger cars with this set, are documented paint samples. So these were one of the preliminary releases of what they were going to do when they released that set. Then I have the original standard gauge 402E set with its 3 baggage cars, the Mojave version, Pennsylvania EP5 boxed set. I have the boxes and all the inserts. And then the 58 2383 mint inbox F3 set with the matching Santa Fe cars. General set, some MTH prototypical sets, a boys set, and a tin plate girl set, and a 260E. This is an original box set, and this set is mint, even though all the boxes. That's what was in this box. That's the set box for that set up in here. Up on top is the congressional set. And some more passenger cars. So I thank you for your time. And I know this was a long video, but this was the complete collection, and I'm actually relieved to be finished. It will now give me time to start doing some restoration videos, and I'll start doing the set videos once again. I hope there was something in here for everybody, and I look forward to your comments, or if you have any questions about how to do something, I mean, I can make a video about it, or I'll be happy to reach out to you. Thanks for your interest.